Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, everybody. Hello, my love. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. That's right. Welcome to Tuesday. That's our Tuesday, folks, right there. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here, everybody. Welcome to the show. Well, hello, sunshine. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's get started. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Have a seat, everybody. Let's get started. You guys are so sweet. Thank you very much. Please say hello to my dear friend. It's Kendall, everybody. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm feeling good. We've got some Duluth in the house.
That's right, Duluth.
Balls in the house.
Yeah. And we love it. We have Duluth, and we have one dude in the audience. I love it. One dude right there. That's him. What's your name, sir? Al. That's Al, everybody.
Al.
Look at Al. Erin, get that gentleman a Bud Light or whatever he wants. So just go ahead, whatever, yeah. We'll get him virgin daiquiri, whatever he wants.
Whatever.
How you doing?
I feel good. I want to know who gave you those flowers, though. They're beautiful.
I gotta tell you, you all are so nice to me, and it means the world. I went through all my birthday messages yesterday because yesterday was my birthday, and I got so many cards and people. I mean, I got a tie, and yeah.
It's a nice tie. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And my family threw a dinner yesterday, and for me that was lovely. A whole weekend actually that was lovely, and then these flowers came in today. I thought they were from executive producer Jeff, but no gift from him. Anyway, this says the audience. Yeah, he's mean. Yeah. Anyway, this is from Sharon. She says, "Have a great birthday, Jason." From the cookie baker Sharon. Now, Sharon, every time she comes here, she makes cookies for the crew. So yeah, but isn't this beautiful? Yeah. So thank you, sweetheart.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It matches the new tie there. Look at that. Yeah, I know. I love it. But anyway,
fancy.
But thank you for I said it yesterday at the close of the show. Thank you for all the messages. It means a lot. And it was fun to read all of them. And if I don't get right back to you, just know this is my thank you to all of you all together. Thank you. I love you very much. I really do. Now, yeah. Now. So I'm on the radio show this morning, Kendall, and that Alexis, I got to tell you, she tricks me. She can trick me into doing things. Alexis is my co-host over on the radio show. So have you guys heard of this thing? Have you heard of it called, Jeff? What is it? Number Buddy?
Number Neighbor.
Number
Neighbor or something.
Number Neighbor. It's this new stupid thing on the internet where you go on Twitter and what you do is like you take the last digit of your phone number, okay? Now, I'll just tell you what mine is. The last digit is an 8. And what you do... Yeah, oh, yeah. Whoa. And the first part of it is 612. Yeah.
Woo, hey.
So you take the last number of your phone number and you subtract or add 1. Then you text that person and say, "Hey, you're my number neighbor." So...
You did not.
Live on the show, Alexis.
Jason.
I feel I'm loving her. Like I love her because she's pregnant now, and I feel like I got to I'm got to be extra nice. So she goes, "I sure wish one of you guys would do this." And I said, and then out of my mouth I go, "I'll do it." And I'm like, "What am I doing?" So I got my phone and I sent a random stranger a text message. I just wrote, "Good morning, number neighbor," and I sent it off. I'm probably going to get some angry mother who's texting me. So if you got a text message from a certain number, it's me and I'm sorry. I don't,
I feel like the police are going to show up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If somebody texts me and was like, "Good morning, number neighbor," I would be like, 911, hello.
I
don't know
know
who this creep is.
I know. So again, if you're watching and you got a strange text from a 612 number that says, "Hey, number neighbor," please don't call the police. It's just me, you know?
Just pretend you didn't get it.
Just pretend you didn't get it. And again, and blame it on Alexis. I'll just blame it on her. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, okay. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Jenny Garth and Tori Spelling. Oh, this was good. I was like, oh, Jenny Garth and Tori Spelling, whatever. They were good, though, on Watch What Happens Live last night. Because, the reboot of 90210 debuts tomorrow night right here on Fox. And the two talked about, Let's wait to clap until we see the show. Yeah. The two talked about having Shannon Doherty back because y'all know Shannon and Jenny Garth. Look.
Stupid.
What kinds of things did you tussle?
I can only remember one incident, and that was when, we took it outside.
You did?
Yeah.
Did it actually get physical?
Yeah, I'm a Midwestern girl.
Right.
And I spent some time in Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
So that makes you tough.
Really?
Yeah.
So who won that fight?
The guys held us back, so we
Yes.
never actually...
Do you remember that?
I do, but I stayed in my dressing room shaking when it was happening.
Right. And do you remember what that fight was about that got physical?
I do. But I don't want to say because it's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
Really,
You guys
You
were
were
teasing
so
each
young.
other, and she pulled your
teasing.
skirt
She,
up.
and
She pulled your skirt
I
up.
didn't care for that.
Right.
Like,
Did you catch a part where she was like, yeah, I'm tough. I'm from Glendale.
Yeah.
I love her, but it's like, it's not like you're talking like you're from the Bronx. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's Glendale,
Well,
Illinois?
Well, first she said
What?
she's from
Arizona?
Mm-hmm. First it was she's from the Midwest, and then she spent time in Glendale. I'm like, oh. Is that supposed to mean something?
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Michigan City, Indiana. You know?
Hey.
It's like, yeah.
Jason, if you ever have to throw a punch, please do not do it that way.
What
What just happened? That
How the
was
hell
like
do you want me to throw a punch?
baby turtle arms. What was that? Jeez. We gotta get you into like boxing or something. Speechless. All right, well, that's the show, everybody. Oh, here we go. Are you texting your number neighbor? What's happening? Oh, Lord. Okay. Stay tuned, everyone. I'm about to get socked.
Shane, can you come back to the show? They both said they were happy. Shannon came back for the reboot because she's an important part of the show. Yeah, you can't really do 90210 without Shannon Doherty. Now, then, listen to this. They weren't done. Tori was asked about rumors she's interested in becoming a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills. Look at this.
hi.
My question is for Tori, and I heard this morning that there was a possibility you were considering doing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I was still wondering if you were considering that.
I don't know. Andy's never asked me.
I know. I read that you were offended that you had never been asked.
Not offended. Okay,
No.
a little bit.
A little bit. Oh.
Because I'm like the biggest fan,
You
and
are.
I feel like I grew up in Beverly Hills, and this one's been asked, and
When were you
he doesn't
asked?
do reality TV.
Like 2 years ago, maybe.
Are you friends with anybody in the gang?
Denise, Lisa, Kyle. Yep.
Wow.
Everybody, yeah. She would be great. Let's be. Andy, make that happen, because that would be train wreck television at its best. Yeah. You can watch the reboot of not. Oh, actually, hold on just a second. I gotta take care of something. Okay, so come over here, and we're gonna just kind of have you go over here and come over here. Somehow I feel better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Roll up. Let's go to the story. She's gone. She's gone. Next in the dish. Shane, stay right there. Don't you move. Next in the dish, Disney really loves The Little Mermaid. The live-action remake of The Little Mermaid is in the works, and apparently that's not all. Another live-action version of the movie is also in development. The Hollywood Reporter says Disney is bringing a live production to ABC. The girl who voiced Moana will play Ariel, Queen Latifah will play Ursula, and Shaggy will play Sebastian. It'll be a mix of a Broadway play and clips from the original animated film. A version of this was planned for 2017, but they canceled it. Disney has done similar things at a much smaller scale at the Hollywood Bowl, where actors sing the songs with a full orchestra. That's cool, but I think, look, I know it's the 30th anniversary of Little Mermaid, but we're getting the live action movie. Can't we just wait for that? I don't know if we need, yeah. Oh, look who's back, everybody. Let's,
Whatever.
yeah.
I mean, Shane was busy.
Yeah.
She's busy touring $1 million homes and stuff.
Yeah.
She's got things to do.
You know what they did to Darren on Bewitched? Just saying, yeah.
Is there something in this?
We may have put something in there. I don't know, yeah, a little. Anyway, no. Anyway,
Happy birthday, Jason.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, go get another cup of coffee. We'll be back after these words. Coming up, friends, Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry is back with us. And today she's taking dollar store finds and turning them into treasure for your house. Then, whenever Erin is here, we have to get her cleaning tips because you guys love them. And today, how to use ketchup and baking soda and more in brand new ways around the house. And Duluth Week continues today. What is so special about this homemade Pop-Tart? Kendall shows us as we take you inside Duluth's best bread. That's all coming up, so stay right there.
Can we take a picture of you with the new Face app and see how it works?
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go. I just need your information here. Since it's a product of Russian software, there's some specific releases we have to do. Participant consents that a shadowy Balkan software developer may be granted access to your likeness in perpetuity to be used at a future date to undermine the Republic.
Yes.
It's fine. Participant consents that the use of the app can and will result in an independent counsel investigating them for high crimes and misdemeanors against the United States, which could lead to capital punishment, blah, 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 hung from the neck until you're dead, blah, blah, blah. That's standard stuff. That's okay?
Yeah.
In the unlikely event of your death, you consent that your body may be given to the University of Minsk for medical experimentation or possibly shot out of a cannon.
That's fine, yeah.
Great. What is it?
Credit card.
Credit card. Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, no worries.
You just hold it up to camera, if you would. Okay, that's great.
Oh my goodness. That's Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's staff seeing what people will agree to do to be on television. That is correct. Oh, what is that? Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, more. I'm sorry, I just can't stop watching that.
Me neither.
More dish for you. And sticking with Jimmy Kimmel, the late night host revealed some pretty surprising news. In an interview with Deadline, he said he was seriously considering leaving his late night show. He said the job is a grind, but executives, quote, made him feel appreciated. And then he knew they had his back and supported the show. He also said if he quit, a lot of his relatives would be unemployed. Yeah.
Problem.
did say too, he's like, one of the parts of the grind of the job is the talking of politics every day. Because, all the late night shows now do political talk on their shows. And that can be a grind. That's why we don't do it on this show. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? We will never do it on this show,
Was that before, more recently, was that a thing in late night growing up for you? I don't really remember that, but I wasn't paying attention.
That's a great question. All kidding aside, well, let me be clear. When I was growing up, we really had Johnny, and we had Johnny Carson, and then Arsenio came, and there were other late night people, but the thing of it is with Johnny, yeah, he would talk about, and he went through, I think, 4 presidents. He went through Nixon and Ford and Reagan. He would make fun of all of them equally, and people took what Johnny said as a joke. They didn't get offended. I'm sure some people did get offended, but he made fun of everybody equally. And there's that great documentary where one of his longtime friends said, you would be hard pressed to try to figure out who Johnny voted for because he was so down the line. But his monologue wasn't all politics. It was really the newspaper. Yes, there would be a little politics, but then there'd be sports, and then he would make fun of Zsa Zsa Gabor or whatever. But no, it wasn't as politics heavy as it is now. That just happened in the last, I think it started really with the Clinton administration, with the Monica Lewinsky scandal. That's when like Jay Leno went really far with that. Letterman stayed away from it. That was the turn, the Clinton administration.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I was curious if it was just because of social media
No.
if it was just.
Yeah, and I totally just nerded out with my late night knowledge.
Sorry, everybody.
It's
my fault.
It's all up here.
My fault.
I can't tell you where Russia is on a map, but I can tell you where. Yeah. Anyway, I can tell you who was in late night. Next in the dish, binge watching has become part of our culture, so much so that it's in the dictionary. But it's not without its problems, especially if you watch with your spouse. And now Netflix is stepping in with legal paperwork. The so-called co-watching contract has 5 rules. 1, I won't fall asleep. 2, I won't get distracted by my phone, causing the other person to rewind because I missed something. Number three, and this is the most important item in this legal document, I will not continue watching a show without the other person present. Yes. 4, I won't talk while the show is on. 5, in the event that I come across a spoiler, I won't share it with another person. I think this is a fantastic legal document.
I like it. Very legal. Yes.
It's very legal.
We'll stand up in a court of law for sure.
We got to go, but do you and your husband, do you agree to not watch shows without each other?
We do that. That's fine. But Jordan is genuinely like the worst person to watch a show with because he's either falling asleep or asleep. He's on his phone or he's talking and like during the whole thing, he's like, well, who's that supposed to be? And what did that? And I'm like, if you would just pay attention, you would know.
Yeah. Kyle's not like that. We do not watch shows separate. We kind of are, we are in sync with the show. So.
Well, your husband doesn't watch like Alaska: The Last Frontier, so that probably helps.
Watch what?
Alaska: The Last Frontier, Alone. He watches all the things. Yeah.
Still ahead, our Duluth week continues with a favorite spot known for its bread and homemade Pop-Tarts. And we love her, Erin Meyer from Women's Lavender and Laundry will join us to show us some DIY projects with things bought from the dollar store when we come back.
Wicked tuna.
With what?
Wicked.
You say I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard. Don't pay attention to the distance that you're running to anyone, anywhere. I don't understand if you really care. I'm only hearing negative. No. So I turn the radio on. And this woman was singing my song. Lovers in love and the others.
Welcome back. Remember that song from the movie Reality Bites? Well, 25 years ago today, Lisa Loeb made history by hitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the first unsigned music act to have a #1 single. That's right, yeah. Now, before we should continue, I should tell you, don't think the audience left. They're right back here, they're getting ready to play a game because that song is the inspiration for today's game time. Here we go, everybody. Today's game is called Name That Tune One Hit Wonder Edition. I'm going to play a famous one-hit wonder from the past 30 years, and players have to guess a song, have to guess the actual song. So we have the people lined up. Let's welcome, give it up for Madison, everybody. Come on over here, Madison. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Okay, now let me look at this first one here. It's going to come over the speaker, and you tell me if you know what it is. Director Leo, name that tune.
Tainted Love.
Yes, Tainted Love. She got it. Right over there. Perfect. Soft Cell, that was from 1981. Soft Cell. I've never heard, I didn't know what that was called. Okay, here we go. Let's welcome Jane, everybody. Give it up for Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you from?
I'm from the cities here.
Okay.
Actually, Redwood Falls.
Right, Redwood Falls. Okay, here we go. Director Leo, roll the next one-hit wonder.
He drinks a whiskey drink, he drinks a vodka drink, he drinks a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the best times.
Okay, Leo. You know it? Tub thumping.
Oh, but I thought you rocked the punch.
Yeah, just say tub thumping.
Tub thumping.
That's it, tub thumping. Thank you. Go right over there. That is Chumbawamba from 1997. Let's welcome Melissa. Come on over here, Melissa. How are you?
Great.
We kind of match. We're doing the purple thing there. Okay. Melissa, let me look at yours. Okay. I feel good about this one. Leo, roll it. Okay, close. Take On Me. I'll give it to you. There we go. By AHA.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's good. You did better. Yeah. Right over there. There we go. Let's welcome, is it Jean? Jean, come on over here. Jean, give it up for Jean, everybody. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Okay, let me see here. Oh, I loved this song. I hope you get this one. I think you will. Roll it, Leo.
I can sing it. I can walk 10,000
miles. Yes, you did it.
Yes.
Yes, the Proclaimers.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Go right over there. That was from Benny and June, wasn't it? Yeah, Benny and June. I love that movie. Okay, let's welcome Lauren. Come over here, Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Okay, let me look at yours. I don't know this. Well, maybe let's listen to it together. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow.
I don't know. This is my time.
Yeah, you're a little young. That is Saved Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry.
Never heard of it.
No, I don't either. Yeah, right over there. Go over there by Erin. Okay. Is it Maria?
Yes.
Maria, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do people mispronounce it a lot?
All the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
let's come over a little bit closer here so you get the good lighting there. Okay, let me see here. Okay, well, let's just roll it. See if you can get this one.
Oh, God.
Now the fuss is there from not being there.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Steal my sunshine.
Yes, there we go. Right over there. Okay, come on over, and you are Leah. Is it Lee?
Leah.
Leah,
Yeah.
okay. Let me look at you. Okay, here we go. Roll it, Leo.
Okay. That choke, try to hustle away and now stumble. But I heart it, it's clear. My heart crumbles when
You are not near. Do you know the artist?
Tracy Chapman?
No.
Damn.
It's I Try Macy Gray.
Macy
Gray. That's okay.
Gray.
Go right over there. Give it up for all of our contestants. Did a lot of dancing in that segment. Anyway, still ahead, everybody. Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry is in the house. She's got some homemade cleaning products and DIY ideas from the dollar store when we return. Back in a moment. Welcome back, my Well, our next guest can make your home look like $1 million for practically nothing. Here with how to step up your design game with things from the dollar store. Give it up for Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry, everybody. Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I am, because, you know, you gotta love the dollar store sometimes. There are some treasures.
There are, and
Here,
sometimes,
all right, over there, yeah.
Sometimes the things that you don't really think are going to be treasures can be turned into treasures.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. We are working on a bedroom makeover, like master bedroom. It's kind of been on pause. The summer's been busy, but the first thing I did was make over a dresser. We have had it. Our anniversary is in a couple weeks.
Happy
18
anniversary.
years. Thank you.
18
and so,
years.
Yes,
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes.
And our dresser is that old. So
The
it
dresser
was,
is 18 years
yes,
old?
also,
Yes.
this actually is my son's because my dresser would take up half this table. But so the first thing I wanted to do, I painted it white and distressed it. I painted all the drawers blue to kind of add a little pop of color.
I like that.
But what I wanted to do was add a little pattern in a drawer liner. So my first thought, this is my son's drawer, and I made these 4 years ago. This is wrapping paper covered with contact paper. So you can use like anything. And I wanted a black and white floral patterned drawer liner. And guess what is at the dollar store? So you can go and find, and if you don't love this pattern, there's other ones there. And then my little tip is, as you measure, some contact paper can be super sticky. So if it sits there for years, it will just like rip the stuff off your drawers. So just cut the backing off just the corners after you measure it, and then you can just set it in. It'll stay in place, but you don't have to have the sticky on all of it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Because, that could get, like that. This is
so those are my drawer. That's the white dresser, and then the blue pops, and then we put in the little, or I put in the little drawer liners.
I love that. That looks like, I'm not kidding, that looks like something you would get at like Pottery Barn, or, you know what I mean? That looks so good.
Painting seriously can just change anything.
And
it's an
painting
easy
and
project.
then the hardware, just change the hardware in the front.
Exactly.
Okay,
so the next thing in that same section right above the dresser, it was a big blank wall, and so I wanted to put a gallery wall. If you don't know what that is, it's like a whole bunch of frames or items all together to create sort of an artistic piece. So I actually was inspired by an Instagram account called Vintage Porch. She had used these same frames to create a wall, so I decided to I went a little different route. But so at the dollar store, it will look like this, and they're meant to hang as is. But this isn't really my style. So what I do is I pop.
What is that, by the way?
Well, I think it's umbrellas on the sea or something.
That's nice.
So what you do is you're going to pop out that print and the glass. And the reason I take out the glass is it eliminates all the glare. And it also makes this super light. You want to feel it? So what you can use mounting squares to put this up. So what I did was I went online. There are various sites. You can buy them off Etsy, but I went to a site that was selling like 16 vintage botanical prints for $10. So I went ahead and printed those off, added them into my frames, and then created a whole gallery wall. And so the whole thing was $30 versus doing like even a big framed piece or a sign or something.
Hundreds of dollars.
So that's the before and after. That's really like the before of the dresser and the after of the gallery wall with the dresser and everything on it.
Erin, that is beautiful.
Thank you. Oh, there's the whole gallery wall.
Wow, that is really beautiful.
And even that lamp, that was a Goodwill find that I painted.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Okay, I might do that. But I don't know how you hung those so perfectly.
What you do, you just measure and level. It's actually not as hard as you would think.
I know. Colin and I, when we try to measure and hang pictures, it looks like War of the Roses up in there. Yeah,
well, I have a whole tutorial on how to do this on my blog, so you can go follow it step by step. All right. So the last thing are these bins. Okay. So if you go to the dollar store, it will look like this.
Yeah.
They're always bright colors, and so unless you're doing a kid's room or you love pops of color, you can totally transform these. So this is what we did for our coat closet. So we have I found these little tags in the hot spot at Target, 6 for $1.
Yeah.
And so we do hats, scarves, and mittens. These are ones I use in my bathroom. These are actually 2 for $1. So I just label them. So a couple little tips, because I get asked questions about spray painting plastic a lot. So the first thing is, if it has texture already, you can go ahead and spray paint. Like the inside has texture a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So the spray paint will adhere, but you have to find spray paint that says it can be used on plastic.
Okay.
Otherwise, it tends to chip or peel.
Okay.
If you have glossy plastic, like is on the
Like
outside
this?
of this bin,
Okay.
use a little sandpaper before you spray paint it to kind of rough it up a little bit so the spray paint adheres better.
Got it. And then you just have to be this, looks like something out of Vegas.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
now it kind of looks a little bit more like
Rustic.
metal. Yeah.
And more adult.
Right.
And not like it's from
Exactly.
Marie Osmond's dressing room at the Flamingo. Yeah, there we go. More with Erin Meyer, including some cleaning tips using some unusual items when we come back. Back after this. Like ketchup. The hell we doing ketchup? Welcome back, my friends. A Tuesday morning. Back with our buddy Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry. Do you mind? We were talking about this. What's that? We think we know the website to get these graphics.
Okay, I think it's either the Graphic Fairy or just Graphic Fairy. But I think if you Google Graphic Fairy, you're going to find it. And that's where you can get those.
All of these different types of graphics.
And I was saying, too, during the break that if you're not into the vintage botanicals, it's like you could do, if you're architecture, you could do blueprints. If you love travel, you can do maps. Like, you don't have to do just that.
Yeah, Graphic Fairy or Google it. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
All right.
Now, we have dollar store tips. Now we're doing, whenever Erin's here, we have to get her cleaning tips because y'all love them. We love them. What are we doing?
All right, the first thing, now we're pretending this is silver because really I think this is stainless steel. But,
yeah, same thing.
But if you have silverware, which I borrowed from my parents when I did my original post, you can polish this with baking soda and boiling water, and that's all you need. So it'll cost you 2 cents to do it. What you're gonna do is you have to have an aluminum pan. And others have told me that you can also use aluminum foil if you don't own an aluminum pan.
Okay.
Then you're gonna lay your silverware in a single line.
Okay.
And you're going to literally douse it with some baking soda. So pour on like a good heaping pile on there. Now, I don't have boiling water with me today, but when you do this,
they don't let me have that.
boil some water. Pour it over, and there's some sort of wonderful chemical reaction. Let it cool. Obviously, use caution, your boiling water. Let it cool. Take this out. Use a flour sackcloth, and all that tarnish will come off. I had a friend of mine who did this, and she said, my mom told me I actually polished it too much. And I'm like, but it was just serious. So there's the before and after. That was my parents' real silverware.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So that was not like
That's like those old Tarnex commercials in the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's magic. Yeah, anyway, I love that.
But for like 2 cents,
2
probably.
cents, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The next one is removing rust. So I
don't know about this one, Erin.
not borrowed. I used a hammer in our house, and then I left it outside, and it rained, and it got rusty.
Okay.
So I tried this little tip. So you grab some ketchup, and you're going to literally like just put a good generous quantity on your rustiness, and then let it sit there for a couple hours, and then you're gonna rinse it off, and the rust like will come off. And if you have any really tough spots, you can do it again, but literally, okay, I think we have a before and after, right?
I think we do.
There we go.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And the white part is paint, so that was the...
Yeah. That is crazy. Ketchup?
Yeah, I think it's the acid from the tomatoes, kind of.
Does it matter the brand?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just, yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm a believer. If y'all tried it, let us know. And finally...
All right, so the last one is burner grates. So if you have a gas stove, you probably have these sitting over your burner, and they are not very fun to clean.
No, they're not.
Because it's oftentimes like oil splatter, that doesn't come off with just soap and water. So I found the best tip is you grab your burner grate and you're gonna stick it into a Ziploc bag, if I can actually get it in there. Okay, well, we'll just pretend it's in there. You're gonna grab a 1/4 cup of ammonia. Now, if you've ever smelt ammonia, it's the worst smelling stuff ever, so use this in a well-ventilated area.
Yeah.
So you're going to add a 1/4 cup of that into the bag and then seal the bag, put it on a baking sheet because it tends to leak for whatever reason as you do it, but you're gonna actually let this sit overnight. The next morning, it will literally, all your stuff will just basically rinse off. If you've got a tough area, you can use a little scour pad, but it will be like brand new burners.
Real? Oh, just ammonia?
Yeah. There's the before and after.
There's another before and after, everybody. Wow. Because that is a pain in the blank to try to clean.
They're awful.
Probably one of the worst things to try to clean in the house.
And you don't, the ammonia, does not have to like be touching it. It's just as long as it's in the bag, it will work overnight and it will come off really easily.
Or use ketchup. I'm just joking. Give it up for Erin, everybody, for all of her tips. Head to lavenderinlaundry.com. And don't forget, you can watch this a little bit later. Our repeat is back. You can watch us on Fox 9 Plus if you missed this episode at 3 p.m. or catch our full episode on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today. Still ahead, Kendall heads to a Duluth establishment known for their bread, croissants, and homemade Pop-Tarts when we come back.
That was great as always.
Oh. Welcome back. Well, as some of you know, all this week we're visiting cool spots in Duluth as part of our Summer at the Shore series. This week, today, it's all about bread. Oprah loves bread. We love bread. Kendall loves bread. That's all she talked about when I got in the car with her that day. That's right. Duluth's best bread was created by two brothers and supplies bread to restaurants in and around Duluth. They also make some of the most delicious croissants. Our executive producer, Jeff, loved those. Caramel rolls, pretzels, and even homemade Pop-Tarts. Kendall got to know one of the brothers behind the bread who put her to work. Look at this.
What's so cool about what you bake that people really like, keep craving it and want more of it?
People get really hooked on it. It's got a really good flavor. It's all naturally leavened. It's crusty. It's very moist. It's a different kind of bread than a lot of people have ever had.
A lot of people, including our own Jason, really hate the word moist. You used it to describe your bread. Can you just say it one more time for me?
Yes.
Moist.
Really let that linger. Moist.
Moist.
Yeah, that's good.
We started with our sourdough bread, and then we added some additions: cranberry wild rice, sunflower flaxseed loaf, and an onion rosemary. It's all uses the same base as the sourdough, and that's really what Duluth's best bread is. We also started with croissants. We roll out the croissants in stages. Each batch uses 6 pounds of butter.
What?
6 pounds of butter in
6
every
pounds?
Yep, in every batch of croissants.
That's like a small dog of butter.
Sure is. And so
Wow.
we have we do like 12 small dogs worth of butter every week.
Is Peter gonna come after us for this conversation? Okay. This is massive, this cinnamon roll situation you have going on over here. How do you even like roll that out?
It's mostly big rolling pins and practice.
I'm not doing that, right?
We will be doing that. Here's your dough. So you can go ahead and roll that out.
I can go, oh, thank you. I can go ahead and down Simba.
And I'll make it a little taller. Put a little more pressure on the top. We actually have a handy dandy machine that does this all for us.
I just did all that rolling, but I found out there's actually a machine that does this. Thanks.
Yeah. They told me to make you roll it out by hand and not tell you about the machine, just so you know.
So they told you that?
Well, he told. The one I can't mention is there, told me.
We have some explaining to do after this.
You're dismissed from the rolling, but we have another job.
Okay.
And it's jokes.
So I have to come up with a joke, like
Yes.
literally on the spot, like right now?
Yep.
What happens when you mix an elephant and a rhino? Elephino! My sarcasm is sarcasm, and usually not. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, this smells really good. Can we eat yet? Is it time to eat? So, it's time for my specialty, eating.
Good. We've got a blueberry Pop-Tart for you.
This is the moment, y'all.
That your life changes, because these are life-changing.
I guess. Insert music. crap. This is really, really good. Oh my gosh. You delivered in Minneapolis?
Not yet. Future.
Can we get on that? I think I'm done. My work here is done.
And Kendall joins us now.
It was really good.
Who am I? You were like two-handing it with the Pop-Tarts there.
Well, I didn't want to share any, so I had to lick both sides, you know?
How good, because you talked, so Jeff talked about the croissants there.
Yes.
You talked about the Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
What is it? Is it because it's fresh, like
it
the
was
fresh
so good.
fruit?
That's what he said. He's like, it's so simple. It's 4 basic ingredients to the bread, and it's amazing. And so the guy that was in the piece that was not laughing at my joke, he said he had just gotten back from a couple months in New York, and he went everywhere looking for croissants that good. And he was like, I had to come home because they're just so much better here. And we didn't even ask him to say that. He just said it. It was awesome.
Well, I said it. The first thing out of our producer's mouth was, you got to get these croissants. So
they were so good.
I got to get the croissants. And y'all are getting something. As we said, we met so many great people in Duluth. And we met 2 lovely ladies from Visit Duluth. And as a way to say thank you to our studio audience, everybody gets these Visit Duluth hats. Everybody. Little trucker hats.
Nice. Do I get the blue one or the pink one? I can guess.
You get the blue one and I'll get the pink one. There we go, There we go.
Fits my fat head.
Oh, yeah. I can't wear most hats.
I know, we got fat head problems.
Yeah, we have fat head problems. Don't insert your own joke on that one. To learn more about the bread and sweet treats, head to Duluth'sBestBread.com. Our Summer at the Shore series continues tomorrow with a visit to Duluth Pack. We go behind the scenes at where those iconic bags are made and meet the people behind the bags. Like, you'll see what we mean if you don't know the story. Wait till you see it. That's coming up. But we'll be back to wrap things up today right after that. Welcome back, everybody. Wrapping things up on this Tuesday. You know, it's bad enough that I turned 45 this week, but then I sit next to a youngin', Then I sit next to a youngin' who routinely reminds me of my age, because here's the deal. In the commercial breaks, as the studio audience knows, we play music to keep the energy up and basically to keep people from falling asleep. And and Jeff monitors the DJing, and he played "Ooh, Heaven is a Place on Earth" by the wonderful Belinda Carlisle. And who by the way is going to be at the State Fair on the first 2 days, and the Sparkle Pony over here goes, "Who's that? Who's that? I don't know." And then Jeff goes, "No," and that's okay, because then Jeff goes, "Well, maybe you'll know the Go-Go's." And then Kendall said no. Didn't know the Go-Go's.
I didn't say no, I just didn't say anything.
No, that means no. I mean, by omission, that means no. But
Yeah, no.
I know, every day it reminds me of how old I am. Thanks, Kendall.
No,
Yeah.
what? No. I just don't. Okay, the game that we played earlier, I wouldn't have been able to name any of the songs. I'm also, not because I don't know them, but because I just am really bad at that.
I'm bad at
always been
music
bad at
too.
that.
Music is the entertainment genre that I know the least about.
Right, like I can sing the kind of words to the song, but
Yeah.
if you were like, oh yeah, blah, blah, I don't know what that is.
No. Before we go, I want to say hello to all of you that were in my neighborhood over the weekend. The Milk Bar is a very famous ice cream place. One's in Vegas, there's one in California. They did a pop-up shop in my neighborhood, thanks to Gavin Kaysen at Spoon and Stable. Listen to this, everybody. People waited upwards. My assistant Q waited 2 hours in line to get their famous cereal milk ice cream. The lines were around the block Saturday and Sunday.
Wait. Cereal milk, like literally cereal, the milk that's left in the bowl.
That's what
People
they're famous
paid
for,
and
the
waited
cereal
for-
milk flavored ice cream. Yeah.
Like, girl, come over to my house. I'll just put some Fruit Loops in the bowl for you.
I'll tell Q. Tomorrow, meet a local woman dedicating a year of her life to living like Prince. From what she eats to what she wears and more. You will meet her tomorrow. Plus, Duluth Week continues with our trip to Duluth Pack. But that's going to do it for us today. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. And ooh, heaven is a place on earth.